And good morning, people. Welcome to a game I never thought I'd say I'd be playing. Some of you might recognize that. And this music. Final Fantasy VII. I have made it a sort of important point of note to avoid this game on my channel at all costs. Up until a few weeks back, or a couple of months back now, at least at the time of this recording, because I know this game back to front. I've played it, I've completed it many times. I have loved this game since I first got it in 1997 when it came out. So why am I doing it? Well, the efforts of a single team, actually. This shout out is for SegaChief and his team of modders, which have produced what I am going to do now. This is a challenge run. This is not Final Fantasy VII. This is Final Fantasy VII New Threat. So, what's a new threat about it? It's easier to tell you what hasn't changed than what has. What hasn't changed? The general story. That's it. What has changed? If you can think of something that can be changed in this game, they've done it. There are new bosses. Bosses that were already there have changed. There are new enemies. Enemies that were already there have changed. New items, new materia, new equipment. Everything and a number of things have been changed as well. There have been tweaks to the dialogue, so it's a little bit more fluid, a little bit more understandable in some places where a few were a bit off. Pretty much everything is different, except the general gist of the story, and even in some places there, it's changed. Really, the best thing to do about to showcase what I mean is just to get started. So I'm just going to put it to this for a moment. I am on the PC version. That is where the mod has changed, the PC Steam version. And you might notice on the screen there is a death counter. Every time I see the game over screen, that will increase by 1. But you think, it can't be that bad. You know, Final Fantasy VII is a known commodity. It is a known game. There are plenty of things out there. No, don't think about it like that. I will not be thinking about it like that. The new threat mod is difficult. It is going to be it is going to be completely different to a normal playthrough of the base game. Do not take anything you have learnt on through a normal run for granted on this game. You will die. That is why the death counter is there. I am going to see the game over screen. I am going to see it a lot. In my test recordings, just to make sure the mod is working, that the game is being recorded, I died in the first reactor. Twice. That will tell you how much this game is going to test me. This game is a challenge run. This game is going to challenge me. So let's get straight on into it. There are two difficulties in this new threat mod. There is the arranged type, which is even more difficult than the normal, which I am going to be playing on. I do plan on doing a casual thing of arranged type eventually, but that won't be recorded. This is just going to be normal type. Let's actually walk before we can run. Shall we play on normal difficulty? Yeah. Think of the base game as easy mode. This is normal, arranged mode as hard. We're going normal, and trust me, there's nothing normal about it. So first up, we get two immediate changes. You might notice that Cloud's outfit is a little bit darker. This is actually a first check to make sure that the mod is working fine. Well, the second check. The first check is that difficulties show up. Second check, if Cloud's outfit is more dark purple than the light purple he wore in the base game, it's running. And the other thing is the innate ability. Every character has an innate ability. This is Cloud's. We are going to be calling him Cloud, just so you know. Once per battle, Cloud will recover his hit points and magic points with Second Wind. Second Wind is the skill after enough actions have been executed. So if you are in a long battle, Cloud has the possibility, I think it's fairly random on how many actions have to be executed, I'm not completely certain, but Cloud will restore himself to full. It is extremely useful in some long battles, I'm going to assume. I can't say for sure because I've actually made it a issue to avoid as much of this mod as possible. I've seen little bits of it here and there. I know a little bit about it, I know why it's going to be difficult, but for the most part I'm going into this completely blind, and I'm going to be as surprised as most of you will be when things pop up. And they will pop up. Equipment wise, things have changed as well. We still have the Buster Sword and the Bronze Bangle. However, you might notice the Bronze Bangle actually has materia slots now. I believe it didn't, or had one in the base game, maybe one. And other than that, stats have changed. You also might notice down the bottom right, he has 3 materia, not 2. Yeah. Stats have been balanced. The stats for Cloud have made him a lot more balanced. His primary attribute at the moment is strength. He is going to do a bit more with his attacks and his magic. So that is that. But I believe his magic points have gone down and his hit points have gone up slightly. And I believe his defense is slightly higher. But over time, that will and can change. Item wise, I've got potions, which have also made a change. They only restore 100 hit points in the field, but when you're in battle they can restore up to 300. So I believe it was brought in multiple Final Fantasies, this, and the most common occurrence I can think of is Final Fantasy IX, where potions, for instance, did 100 out of battle, 150 in battle. Ethers, still 100 MP. Phoenix Downs, we all know what they are. Antidotes do cure poison and duel. Poison is exactly the same as it was. Duel is new. Duel is a lot like poison, but it's a lot more like if you remember any of the other Final Fantasy games, sap. Sap is a condition that continuously reduces your HP down to 0, one by one, very quickly. Poison does it in stages, duel continuously. They're about as bad as each other, I believe, but I couldn't say for sure. Echo drops cure silence and darkness. They're a combination of echo herbs and eye drops, so they've just condensed it into one item. And the tent. Config. Good, that's how it's meant to be. ATB needs to go to wait. It was recommended that it is, and I am going to follow that recommendation. And let's make battles slightly quicker. I might mess around with the window colour later, I'm not sure. And the controller is set up how I like it, I hope. As long as it hasn't balked out. Limit breaks, we've got Braver, same as normal. Other than that, there's not really much to do except pick up the 2 potions which are on this person and move into our first fight. It's the first fight, don't expect anything special about it, except them hitting a whole lot harder. What they did 4 to 8 in the base game. Now it's 20 to 24. Let's I think next one I'm going to actually put the handlebar up so we can see the names of the enemies. This is sort of the third check. You'll notice that the dialogue is slightly different. So this is pretty much the final check to be done. Well, second and final. There is one more check that we need to do. But this one just tells you that the dialogues have been updated and you're good on that front. This is the main one, after we've named Barrett, of course. He's asking, instead of telling you about the run mechanic, he's asking you about, now, do you want regular battle music or field battle music? We're going to have the regular. I'm not sure what that actually changes, but regular it is. So that check has been done. There is a way to avoid encounters in this place, but through step count, but I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to get into fights as they come. And if I can find it, there it is. These have 95 health, so they're normal MPs. And you might notice I'm already got a limit break. Yeah, they hit fairly hard. And that's my first bravery used. And a grenade, that's actually going to be helpful. Or should be helpful, if I need it. I'm not really going to go in a lot into the story of the game, mostly because it's been documented plenty of times. There are plenty of Let's Plays out there. The game's been going for, what, 21 years almost. There's spoilers abound in that entire in the entirety of the internet. I'm going to be focusing more on the changes that have been made and how difficult this game actually is, more than the story itself. So there may be times when I'm not actually talking and just running around from place to place, mostly because, well, there's not really anything I need to talk about. If you want to talk something about the story, there's plenty of things out there. Barrett's innate ability, though, is fairly complex. Whenever he takes physical damage, it is only physical. There are multiple types. There's physical, magic, and shoot damage. Grenades are shoot damage, just so you know. I believe anything from a gun is also shoot damage. He'll gain a stack depending on whether he is in the front row or the back row. If he's in the front row, he'll gain strength and do more damage with his attacks. If he's in the back row, he will gain defense, both physical and magical, and take less damage. However, if you gain one stack of the opposite, that will reset to 0. So if he's got 5 stacks is the max. If he gains 5 stacks of, say, strength, and he goes to the back row, takes physical damage, that will put him to 1 stack of defense and the strength will be lost. And vice versa. Let's open some doors. Not forget the Phoenix Down, which is down here. And go follow Jesse downstairs. So, elevator scene, Barrett and just talking to Cloud about the planet and stuff, and well, they can get back on it. So, down to the reactor, we've got to blow this place sky high, as Barrett puts it. And just a couple of these. First raise, 2 hits should do it. As you can see, no stacks appeared on that. Yeah, what they do is shoot damage, I believe, so Barrett won't gain any stacks from this, and I've got his Gimme Break excellent. I'm going to be trying to avoid using items right now. Oh, 2 grenades, nice. Well, I say I'm avoiding them, I will use them if necessary, but I'd like to use as little as possible. So there's a potion, we'll leave Jessie there while she keeps a lookout. And this fight is exactly the same as what I was expecting as well. Let's kill the mono drive. Thank you for not hitting Cloud. Means I can actually potion him. And there you go, 300 in the battle. Would have been 100 outside, so I did want to just make sure I get the most bang from my healing buck. And you could have probably seen that there, Barrett gained a stack of defense plus. That was because the grunt hit him physically. Just means his defense goes up slightly up in that battle, and he'll be taking less damage. Another grenade, okay. That actually might be useful for the next fight. If the fight, what I get is what I'm expecting. But here's the new menu screen. Well, this new save menu screen. Instead of you having to go... Let's say these are pretty much your tent locations. You might notice up the top, L1 is Quick Tent. Quick Tent just lets you use a tent instead of having to go into the menu, into the items, use the tent, come back out of it and such and such. It just quickens the use of the tent. L2 is not known right now, and right 1 and right 2 toggle a couple of things. Apparently right 2... Okay. Right 2 and the switch button have been switched. I need to change that back. Okay. But you can turn the random battles off. I'm not going to, because, well, I want to get into fights, for 1, and 2, it gives a little bit of sense of urgency about this in some places. You get to see how much of an improvement the AI has been given. And the other one is you can toggle the music type whenever you want, so field or normal. I'm going to keep it on normal. You can then enter the menu from this and just press confirm to continue. I am going to save because, well, yeah, you'll see in just a moment. Do I want to get into one more fight? Yeah, let's do so. It should be a... yeah, exactly what I thought it would be. You might notice Cloud has come with 3 types of magic. He has gained the fire magic. That's the additional materia he had at the start. And I want to kill this sweeper. Sure, grenade it. I've got them. It will do search scope. It will attack. Whoever is targeted by search scope will be attacked by that. So Cloud is going to be the focus of pretty much everything now. But he's the main. That's the main danger, and also, well, now that the search scope is gone, effect has gone because I've killed that. Both my characters will be targeted now. Do you want to use a potion on Barrett? Perfect. Having a limit going into the next fight as well is desirable. Lots of experience for that. Almost a level 4 Cloud. But anyway, let's not dally a little bit and get into this. That fight I had before, or just a moment ago, is one of the pre-recording deaths that I, well, pre-full recording deaths that I had. So yeah, the other one was actually in this fight here. Yes, I died to Guard Scorpion. But you understand when we get into it. Something's coming. 10 minutes to destination. The timer has started. I want to use these grenades. Magnetic scope. The normal search scope has been changed into magnetic scope. It will push him back or forward. Depending on what his position was. That's fine. 76 is not bad. That's because he got pushed to the back beforehand. So let's use all those. That's pushed Barrett to the front. Need to be careful of well, exactly what you might think I need to be careful of. Attack scatter, excellent. Okay, yeah, putting his tail up. His tail does actually do something very different. If I was to attack right now, it would eject one of my characters from battle. The person that attacked. That is what it does now. I want to avoid that. Of course. I've got no more MP with Cloud, which is a bit unfortunate, so I can't do any more bolts. Yeah, and he only hits for 33 while in the back row. I'm not going to move him because, well, the X-ATM Scorpion will do that for me. Nice critical. I'm sort of hoping for second wind, actually. For one, to show it, and for two, well, we've already seen Barrett, so yeah, it's basically just a show. It is possible that he will get another turn of raising his tail, so I do need to be careful of that. There we go, but luckily it didn't come off. So no second wind, no second tail. That fight actually went fairly well. The grenades helped a lot. I haven't actually used grenades much, so seeing how good they were against that, I'm pretty glad I picked up a couple. And Titan Bangle. I'd like to look at it, but I've got 6 minutes to escape. So let's just run first. Might also notice the save point's gone. Yeah. So let's go and pick up Jesse, who's, well, being attacked by things. Yeah, let's get into, let's get actually into this fight. Probably shouldn't because of the time, but I do have enough for one fight like this. I'm not going to do any more than one though, because, well, timer is running. And the experience isn't really worth it. So let's pick up Jesse. Look out. That I thought I killed that thing. Targeting error. You seem to be taking quite a bit of damage. Venom tail with no tail. And, well, that was a waste of time. Exactly how it should have been. And notice we had Jesse in that fight. Nice touch. Yeah, that is exactly what it was meant to be. Waste time. I'm on the clock. I now have 3 minutes to get out from this point. Combat is still going to be a thing. Case in point, which is why I am running. Sure, I could have fought them. Can I go up the stairs, please? Thank you. But let's face it. You can usually get out of this reactor within 1.5 minutes. Everything that's happened after this planting of the bomb is so much more intense. Two quick escapes there, which is very nice. Let's get out of here. 2 minutes on the clock. Not bad. So, yeah, that timer actually has a whole lot more meaning, doesn't it? I could likely afford 2 fights to their conclusion and still got out. 3 would have been a little bit touch and go. But everything after the bomb has been planted is there to keep you there. The timer is there. The fight with the guard Scorpion takes longer because it's a lot more dangerous. Then you get it back again just for that little brief time. Its full purpose is just to waste time. Then there's the individual fights in between. All there just to waste time. Make you feel you're on the clock. Well, let's buy a flower. Not actually sure if you actually spend a gil for that, but oh well. But I'm sure we'll be meeting that girl later. Potion and coffin apparently. I could go round talking to everyone. I'm pretty sure few things have been hidden with talking to people, but I'm going to try and do that as little as possible. I doubt anything's been hidden on these people because you can't come back to speak to them. If they're recurring characters, say as in the town later, I wouldn't be surprised if there's been a few things hidden in dialogue, a few items hidden or stuff like that. But right now, I don't feel there will be. Oh, I didn't check this Titan bangle, did I? Strength +5. Defense goes down a little, but you gain a bit more attack power. I actually think I'm going to use that. 48 and 72 attack. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. It'll just make sure I should be able to one-shot these Shinra soldiers. I have been healed to full health, full mana, so yeah, 104. They have 95. I know I'm definitely going to fight the first two lots, but the third one, not sure. We'll see how my condition is. It's not like I get a lot from them. It's mostly potions. I might get the occasional grenade. Plus, if I get a limit break, that would be useful as well for later, I suppose. Yeah, those first two are just standard fights. The last one is a side attack, so, or a pincer attack. I didn't actually press the button. Apparently you have to do it quick. And this isn't a pincer. I thought this was a pincer attack. Okay, I guess that's something they changed. Oh well, as that wasn't a pincer, that makes the fight actually very easy. And there's a grenade, excellent. Grenades are very quick and easy damage for me at the moment. They do a little bit less and more. But I'm probably going to outgrow them fairly quickly. And in we come. Yeah, we helped out. It's okay. Just doing our job. Okay, that was different. Well, no point thinking about it right now. Let's just move on. Just talking to the one that's laying down because I know he gives you an item during the base game. I'm hoping he does the same because I think it's a high potion, if I remember correctly. Might as well have a look and see what it is. Another thing the mod does, if you want to, you can skip certain scenes which you might feel you don't want to see over and over, such as this one, where you look at the rail map of Midgar, well, the model of Midgar with Jesse. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show all these because, well, they are part of the game, and some people might not have seen it. I don't say how, but yeah, you can skip these if you so desire in the mod. Just quality of life things. So, one successful mission. Could say the tutorial is over. Let's get on with the game. Don't have to really see this scene, but yeah, Barrett. We could look around and stuff, but I'm going to save that for little baby. Okay. I'm going to assume that he was meaning Tifa, because, well, there's our martial artist. And did we fight with Barrett? Do you mean in combat or just fight? I'd argue, because both. But Tifa will stick with the default names for now. Unfortunately for her, I am going to be giving the flower to Marlene. And let's get Barrett in here. I could go straight down, but I'm sort of acting this as a normal playthrough anyway, so I am going to get a drink. Wasn't a tough mission, but yeah, things are going to pick up. I'm feeling fine, Tifa. Okay, there's these little extra interactions that seem interesting. I'm not even sure if that one was in the actual game. I feel it wasn't, though. Suppose it all adds. Well, apparently, Biggs wanted to come see us. Adds to the little bit of mystique that is going on inside Cloud's head. And if you know the game, what Tifa knows. So, flashback. We could talk about it, or we could skip it, because, well, it's playthrough, let's talk about it. But this is another instance of something if you've seen over and over, you know what's happening. You can just skip and say, I know it, let's move on. And the promise was made. Did notice a few dialogue changes as well in there. So it's definitely good to see just once, just to see what has been changed, how the words sort of make a little bit more sense. At least in the concept of the game. That's not to say that the old words are bad. They're actually fairly good. But just rearranging a few of the dialogues just make it a little bit more smooth. So let's wake up and go for our second mission. One thing I am going to skip is, well, apparently I forgot to speak to Tifa, say I felt good sleeping next to her, but oh well. I am going to skip the materia tutorial. And I get sense. Okay. And of course we're leaving the 5-year-old in charge of the bar. Now that we've got Tifa though, we have her innate ability. Once per battle, when she's when she's KO'd, she'll auto-revive with 1 hit point. There are a number of implications for this. One is that, well, you get a free revive. The other part is, when she goes down, her limit bar does not get removed. When she revives, she with the 1 HP, she gets revived at the same amount that her limit bar had before. The other thing is her ATB will not disappear. So wherever she is on the ATB will stay. If she's in the middle of an action being used, because it's been inputted and then she's been KO'd and revived, she will still use that ability. She does not lose her place. The other thing it does is, if she is hit with a death type skill, so level 5 death, instant KO death from death, or any other skill like that, she will be revived with the amount of hit points she had when she was hit with that skill. So if she dies on full health through instant KO or instant death, she will be revived at full health. It's a very interesting type of skill. But since we've got the team, Cloud, Barrett and Tifa, all level 11, excellent. That's actually the highest I've had them. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Cloud is still mostly physical based, but he does have a fair amount of magic. Barrett has very low dexterity and magic, so you do not really want to be building him up as a magic user. He does have a fair amount of spirit though, and I think spirit increases the amount of healing people do. Or is that just magical defense? I'll have to look that one up. because if it is, he's a fairly decent healer. Since he's in the back row as well, he's going to take less damage with high defense. That's going to synergize with something I'm going to put on him in a moment, which Tifa currently has. You'll notice she has 2 materia currently equipped. They're going to be not on her. But she has a lot of strength, a lot of dexterity. But her defenses are fairly low. 13 vitality. Very clearly lower than everyone else. She is going to be a typical glass cannon style. She hits hard, but she can't really take too many hits. But when you add in her innate ability to revive instantly after a KO, you can understand why she has that ability. And the low defense. Her magic isn't bad, 23 compared to Cloud's 30, so you can build her up as little bit as magic, but we'll see. Material wise, she comes with cover, which is going to be going on to Barrett. I'm going to be coming back to that and next time with all my material rearranged, but she also comes with enemy lure, which increases the encounter rate. I don't really want too many more encounters, so that will be coming off, but that could be useful later on in the game. They did say to go to the equipment shop, but first let's go to this shop. I have 15 potions, that should be enough. 6 Phoenix Downs, 2 antidotes, okay. I want another restore. No, I only wanted 1. And a lightning. I only wanted 1. Playing other games thinking it's going to come up as a bar across. Oh well. I guess I've got 3 restores. That actually means I can't get what I wanted here, which is some iron bangles. Iron bangles are fairly good on defense. Don't need the assault gun. Can I get enough for 1 more? Don't really want to sell off too much. Yes, let's just sell off for one ether. And buy 1 of those. Yeah, that should do. I'm losing an ether, which isn't really ideal, but can't really do too much about it now. The other thing I want to pick up is, well, there goes the bouncy save point. The oil materia. And there's a replacement for that ether, so I still have 6. I suppose it's worthwhile. But next time, the Beginner's Hall. Pretty much everything you want to know about what has changed in the mod is here. So we're going to have a talk with some people just to see what sort of changes there are. So yeah, and we still don't know what them question marks are, and I need to change switch and target. Okay. So let's save, come out for a bit, and next time more new threat. Until then, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. No deaths yet. They're coming. Goodbye.